Okay. And I bring along one of my students, and he's my partner now. All right, so our story is about bridging technology gap among language teachers through a digital squad project. So in this small project, we want to share our effort in actually it's almost like what Dian mentions in the previous room. I wish we were having more Tefinita Dewi and more Bajati to to spread the virus of digital media. But then not everyone has opportunity to to meet them personally and then have the chance to have a workshop with them personally. So this thinking is triggering me and my students to form a kind of digital squad that I would tell in our presentation. So I share the task. This is one of my digital squad. This is the most silent person actually in the group. So I invite the most silent person in the group. We would share what happens with us in 20 minutes. So we would share our effort in spreading the virus of digital media in our city. So for the next, I'd like to invite my partner, Ilham, to share our story. Go ahead.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, our research, the title of our research is Bridging the Technology Gap Among Language Teachers Through Digital Squad Project. And here is the content, background and of the study, referring theories. The technology, nowadays the technology is growing so fast. From conventional into modern technologies, there's so many apps that discovered by the scientists or maybe expert. And then in a class there are so many students with different characteristics. Maybe some of the students interest with audio media, some students interest with video media, and because the technology is growing so fast today, and most of the students now come from Generation Z, so their interest is all about the technology. And how about the teachers? In education, the teachers are come from a different generation, actually from Generation X and the millennial. So that makes a different generation characteristics. There are different characteristics among the teachers. Maybe the young teachers from the young generation, they interest to teach using technology, but for the old generation, they're consistent with conventional technology, such as whiteboard, books. So, dan mungkin ada beberapa guru saat mereka mencari sesuatu, when they want something on the internet, they open the browser and then type www.google.com first, and then type what they want to search. So that should be help. So we create a digital squad to give them opportunity to have technology knowledge for them. And the aims of the study. The first is to investigate the implementation of the digital squad, and then the second is to find out the response from the teachers before the project and after the project, and the last is to find out the DS members' response about the project. And here the underpinning theories. Generation differences. Generation is individuals that come within the same historical period, and there are 5 generations from 20th centuries until now. The first traditionalists, the baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, and Generation Z. Most of the teachers, most of the teachers come from Generation X and the millennials generation. Baby boomers, I think it's too old. And then the students is come from the Generation Z. Yeah, so that will be a gap between the generation. And then the technology development. Technology of media determine how individual in society of to think, feel, and something. And there are 5 technology from tribal period when they communicate with just speak face to face, and then literature period when alphabetic was discovered, and then printing period, and the latest is electronic period, or the now period. And there are 2 teaching media. The first is conventional, and then the second is modern. When there are a teacher or a person who can move on from the conventional to a modern media, there is a techno-gap, or individuals that has no access to the information of technology. And about the ICT and English teaching, there are so many applications. Kahoot, Quizlet, Advanced, and so on. Here is the previous research about the gap. And from this research, the researcher found that the cause of the gap is accessibility, and then economy, and then innovation of the teacher staff. Okay, and the methodology of this research is a qualitative and conducted in Cianjur. The participant of this research is 10 students and the teachers. And this research conducted in 1 semester or 6 months from September. And then it's analyzed qualitatively. And then the research is analyzed from document analysis, observation, questionnaire, and interview. And the next will be referred by my teachers.
Okay, so I'll continue the presentation. So here's my part. So basically, our mini project is trying to investigate how what so-called digital squad is created. So actually, accidentally I call it digital squad because at the time we had a project. At the time before I continue my story, I have to make confessions. Actually, I'm not really into technology. So
I knew it.
Yeah. So I have the passions of sharing technology. The first time I really want to share it when I was joining Taflin, and I watched Bufinita and Pajati at that time, and I wish I could bring them along to Cianjur. I don't know them yet. Seriously, I don't know them yet. And then I stalk them on Facebook, on Instagram, whatever they like. Whatever they share, I like them. So just to stalk them, and then finally I have a chance to meet them personally. And then at the time, ITB held by Koli 2015 or 16, yeah, 16, last 2 years.
16.
I don't know anything about technology, but I sent my abstract just to meet them. Seriously, just to meet them. So when I had a chance, to meet Pajati and Definita, would you come to Cianjur? Even I don't know them yet at the time. And then luckily, they say yes. And then the first time Bufinita come to Cianjur, and I still remember the first 3 applications that she trained us in my course. I invite some teachers and then students to have the session from 8 o'clock until 4 o'clock. With Rujak Party.
That's the highlight.
And we learn about cartoon story makers, and then color sketch, and photo story. Only 3 applications. And after that, I share about 3 applications to my colleagues in my study programs and also my friends in my faculty. and they are very interested in learning about that one, and also I share it to the students. So I think we need more. We need more sessions, but it's quite impossible regarding their countless agenda. So I think I need to find a way to find a way to share these ideas to the teachers in my city, because I'm teaching in teaching faculty. So the first thing I can do is just to share the knowledge to my students, so they can do it in their practice practice schools at the PPL time, and also they also apply this on their scriptsy. So the second one is this is the not important things, the response and so on and so forth. So this is the implementations, what I do in forming the digital school. The first is the need analysis, of course. So I kind of make small survey to the teachers in my city, and then luckily I have very cooperative teachers, Miss Badria. She helped me a lot in gathering the questionnaire. And then I found that wait. I found that around 30% of the teachers still use conventional. 70% of the teachers only rely on pencil and papers in classroom, and then only around 30% use techno-based. But the techno-based here is still a kind of PowerPoint or YouTube and video, not really interesting stuff. So from that point, I think we need to do something. And then, after thinking, after my confession, I'm not really into technology, so I need help from younger generation that usually they absorb technology faster. So from the session with Bu Finita at the time, I asked the student how to do it. Okay, then because they learn faster, so I kind of set the criteria for the students that I would recruit. So they have to be young, the millennials, because we know that they are more adapt to the technology rather than me, digital immigrant who never immigrate from my from my own time. Sorry. Okay, and then the second is they should have strong interest and skills in technology, and they have good presentation skill. As I told you, here's the most silent members in my groups. The others are very talkative. And these are the three categories that I have. Actually, it is not at the beginning. I don't name it digital immigrant. I just gather some students to be trained by the expert to apply some applications, and then luckily we can invite Bu Finita, Pak Jati to my campus few times, and then this is in Connects. So regarding the fund, I think it's almost classical things that not every institution support the changing. So to be honest, we the students, I collect some fund from the students to have the to have this kind of events, and then we organize the event to invite the local teachers to come to the events, and then we invite the expert to share about the teaching media. But that is not enough. So I invite them again, and a more close workshop. So I remember in that pictures at that day we learned 15 apps in one day, from 9 o'clock until 4 o'clock. So at 2 o'clock are still strong enough because I saw the students are quite exhausted. So I remember in the morning, okay, read training 5 minutes, read training 10 minutes. So this group Padlet, this group Kahoot, share. Okay, wait. Next, Canva, this one 5 minutes, this one. So we learned 15 apps at that time with Bu Finita and Pak Jati, and from that Icip sessions, because it's quite impossible to learn 15 apps in a day. So we just actually know the services, And to be honest, I feel so worried. Can I absorb all the 15 apps in a day? But luckily, I just trust my what's so-called digital squad later on after we have finished that sessions, and then they have a rest for one day, and the next day I assign them some assignment. So luckily, I have quite motivated students. Actually, it has nothing to do with the subject lessons because the members of this squad consist of students from different semesters, not from one semester that I deal with. So it has nothing to do with the squad at all. So actually, the lecturer can force the students to do something because of the score. But for this squad, I don't have that authority because it has nothing to do with the score. I just invite the student, would you come? And I, maybe because I'm a good sales, so you can be this cool. So I show them the video of Pajati and Mufinita, you can be that cool. Okay, miss, I join. So after we have the sessions, we have a focus group discussion to explore more that 15 apps, Canva, and then Mind Masters, and then wait, I forget. Padlet, Kahoot, and Puzzle, Schoology, so many. And we have regular meeting every Saturday in my course, and then I give them assignment regularly. So I assign them to choose the application they would explore more, and I assign them to write the steps in detail with the screenshot. Luckily, they just follow me. Even they know that I will not pay anything, but they follow me. So after we collect the steps, every single apps, we create a kind of module. I forget to bring the module, but I have the file. And yeah, at that time, I don't have any intention to share it. I just want to gather all the application in a book so me and my friends in my study program can just get the advantages of using the students. Because to be honest, it's quite hard for me to remember all the steps that Pajati and Mufinita gave in a day. Not in a day, actually. In 6 hours or something?
6-7 hours.
15 applications. And then after that, I contact Miss B. Miss B, we actually have quite good programs. So I use this program to be P2M, Pengabdian pada Masyarakat and Master Study Programs. So yeah, I contact the local teachers, and then would you have a kind of P2M with us? So I have very interesting topic to share. Okay. So after that, yeah, we conduct several workshops for teachers. So that's when sometimes some teachers contact me. Bunia, mau nggak jadi mau share di bulan ini? Baiklah. So I call them, calling just to click. We have a workshop next week. Prepare. So I assign them. You do this one. You do this one. You do this one. I just become the MC. And by Baginda, you know Baginda? Bagian dapur. So I let the students to help the teachers. I facilitate the teachers in the project. I just kind of giving introduction. So this is several apps, and after I give them small explanations, and I let the students deal with the teachers. That's the way it works.
Tricky banget. Very tricky.
Okay. Yeah, I assign them several assignments like that. And after that, we have the teacher workshop. We conduct several workshops. And that's my workshop with the teachers of senior high schools. And then that one, actually the workshop with the lecturers. So not only teachers who are interested in being trained, but also the lecturers. This one is the Bahasa Indonesia lecturers, because maybe they see our social media are very busy with things like that. Could you share it with us? Okay, I said. And then I told them, okay, we have another project in our campus. Okay, and then we share to the lecturers there. And then the response are very, very good, I think, in these several workshops. And we still have some some to come. So as as a reward, I take them here, and then actually I do not give him for free. I ask them to record every single application in the workshop. So later we can share again what we have from here to people in Cianjur, because actually from the questionnaire from the teachers I get, actually they have very high motivations to learn, but they have no professional development events in my city. And then I have been, actually there are, but because maybe lack of fund or support from the school or institutions, the professional development event is not really reachable for the teachers in a small city like mine. So I think because I work in a university that deal with the future teachers, I think it's kind of my institution's obligations also to help or facilitate the teachers in dealing and facing the future challenge. All right, and then these are the responses from the digital members. So I just asked them, do you have kind of advantages of joining the project? And then most of them, they feel so happy because they can learn faster than the others. So they become kind of cooler than comparing to their friends, because they can share what happened. Miss, ini gimana? Tanya itu. Miss, ini gimana? Tanya itu. Miss, ini tanya gitu. So I just went and asked the students. So to deal with this. And it's for free. For free. Because even it has nothing to do with the score. They still feel afraid because I'm a lecturer. So I still can abuse my power on them and force them to learn. Even maybe they don't like it, but when I ask them, actually, most of them enjoy joining this one. Even I call them in the middle of the night, calling Justice League, tomorrow we'll have the workshop. You do the Padlet, you do the Kahoot, you do the Powtoon, you do the Canva. Okay, and then that's it. And luckily I learned a little. I learned a little. I just learned how to provide the catering.
That's so bad.
Alright, so the benefit they have is they learn digital teaching earlier than their friends, and they can also learn work as a team and then explore more than one applications and then getting more information. And then surprisingly, most of the students learn one application, they only need 1 hour. I asked Ilham and then the other digital members, they only need 1 hour to learn one application. I need 1 week to learn Canva. They only need 1 hour to learn one application and then make it in steps, and then we gather the steps and make it into module. And we can use it in a classroom. So I share it with my friends who teach media pembelajaran, and they use the books. And now we have more variety in media pembelajaran because of this incidentally digital squad. And these are the response from the teacher participants. Before they use only PPT, video, or pencil and paper, but after they follow the workshop, they admit they apply new application, Padlet, Powtoon, Kahoot. For them, the 3 of them are the best for them. Maybe because at that time these 3 are the application we focus on. We only shared them the Powtoon, only watch Padlet and Kahoot, and then they said it is also beneficial. And the problem is, I think it's very classical problem, the internet connections. In my campus, internet is still very privileged. Even we have some Wi-Fi corner, but not really functional. So in the workshop also, please bring the modem. Okay, they bring the modem, but unfortunately, I remember in the teaching, with the teachers, SMU teachers, some of them maybe they are from late baby boomers. They have the modem, but they don't know what to do with the modem. Neng, abi teh nyana modem tapi dikumahakeun atas meser kamari. Baiklah. So sometimes they don't know how even to move the cursors. So we have to deal with those kind of teachers. So by bringing the students a team of students, I just can't show them on the slide
They
and
have
then
the
let the
laptop
students
and they don't know
deal
how to use it.
with the ladies
But you can find
and
for
the
the-
gentlemen who only has
Saving
who only have
something,
the
perginya kemana ya?
smartphone for WhatsApping.
Itu problem
They
saya
have
sering
the
gitu.
smartphone,
Ya,
but they use it
bikin
only for
foto story.
WhatsApp. So when you
Di
can
save.
use it to do
Udah
this
di
one,
save.
to do this
Aku
one,
nggak
to do
tahu
this
tadi
one.
save-nya di mana.
Oh, they feel so amazed. And when they have to do it, yeah, that's a problem. Iya kunaon neng goyang. Itu ya goyang kan? Jatuh ke atas ibu.
Roaming.
Yeah, roaming. Do you understand?
Yeah.
No. I don't know how to translate into English. So some of the participants, they have the modem, but they don't know how to do with the modem. They have the smartphone, but they use it only for WhatsApping. They have the laptop, but they surprised with the mouse because it's where is it shaking. Itu kunaon aya goyang. But what makes people happy is that some of the teachers now start use the application in the classroom, and also my colleague in my faculty, some of them are start using the applications. So this project is still continuing. Actually, I'm still contact them if they have problems. Just contact my students. If you have problem, just contact my students. Tutang jawab. Okay. And then these are actually I think it's quite good input for me and maybe for some expert in applications, because I share this application not only to English teachers but also Indonesian teachers. Not only internet connection that become the problem, but also the language. The other teachers who come from non-English teachers, actually they have high motivations in learning the apps, but they have problems in understanding the language. And some application also only apply for English, not Indonesia. So when I deal with Indonesian teachers, ari eta biasa diambil bahasa Indonesia tuh, aduh kumanya. Dimodif. So when Edpuzzle is only cutting the video, we can use it. Quizlet or Kahoot also can use it. But when it comes to essay graders, it's only applied for Indonesian, and they feel envious. Coba saya ngajar bahasa Inggris ya, So maybe it's also a challenge or a call for those who are good in technology to provide same application for Indonesian in Indonesia, so the technology would be absorbed by non-English teachers, but also the other teachers, because I think it's not only for English teachers, I think it's for all teachers. So I hope some of the expert on technology hear my scream, my friend screams, yeah, like that. So I think that's my curhat sessions. Well, once again, I'd like to thanks to Bu Finita and Pak Jati for willingly come to my small city in Cianjur and share the knowledge with us. And hopefully next time, if we invite them again, they would come again. And because the students are very enthusiastic, even my city is not big city, but luckily I can find some students who have high motivations in learning technology, and I'm very glad to be assisted by them. Even, compared to students in big city, maybe, not too,
Nggak gampang disuruh lah.
Nah, but luckily I can build good relationship with them. So
You have the power.
the power of the teacher, abuse the power. So the key is just abuse the power. So this is the classroom activities after the workshop. I asked them to show me their activities in the classroom after the workshop. Some of the teachers apply Kahoot and then Padlet in the classroom, and then these are the examples of their activity in the classroom. Like this also, and the biggest problem is about internet connections, just like Budia mentioned in the previous meeting, that the students also feel anxiety. They can answer it, but the connections is not supported, and it's quite troublesome. So the conclusion is that this kind of project is beneficial for the students and also the teachers, And then for the students, they learn the new media faster and also learn how to work in a team and motivate them to explore more applications, and they are obliged to share their knowledge to others. But when I ask them, they feel happy when they have to share it to their teachers, because when they come to the school, actually, the teachers are their teachers when they are senior high school. So when they come to the school, they become the trainer. So it can give them a kind of privileged feeling to share with their teachers. And then the teacher respond positively to student involvement in training them in digital teaching media, because I asked the teacher, is it okay if the trainer and the students? Oh, yeah, papa. They lie. And because they can abuse the student also. Maybe they feel they will feel a little bit reluctant to ask me. But when they have to ask the student, maybe they feel more comfort. And then the teachers start to apply some application in the classroom. But the most common obstacle faced by both students and teachers, participants at the time allotments of the workshop and the internet connection. Actually, they ask for more. Okay, I'm trying to. Luckily, I got an agreement with the MGMP. So every month, we'll come to schools and then share some material, including these things. So starting from last month, we will have this kind of sessions. And for this month, I'm lucky enough to have Miss Vinita to come again to campus and share the Mendeley. Yeah. So once in a while, we'll invite the stars. So the teacher will be entertained. And then the suggestion is that forming a digital squad should have also young people who have high interest in technology. If maybe you want to also have this kind of project. And then institutions should provide internet connection and other supporting facilities to integrate ICT in the classroom, and also please provide the application in Bahasa Indonesia. Yeah, that's additional suggestions. And these are the references we are referred to. I think that's all my story. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.